Also, I think Serum Vision's what? Are you talking about his list? Because this is Legacy. Hopefully you guys realize this is Legacy, right? Dirigible? Dirigible, please tell me you realize this is Legacy. We're not playing Modern right now. Why are you talking about Serum Visions? Please tell me you realize this is Legacy, friend. There's a force of will. There is Patron Wizard on the table. This is not Modern legal. There are plenty of not legal legal and modern cards on this table. This is definitely Legacy, Loose Love. We can go out like men and like sacrifice the Flooded Strand. Okay, you are talking about his deck. Okay. Let me see. Aha. Okay, so you're trying to pull off the thing we tried to do the other day. Oh, no, you're not. Never mind. We were trying to build an Esper deck that was able to run the blue-blue counterspell. Okay, let's jam another one. I think we could have won the game against Mark. We were so close. Again, it's just a matter of time and a matter of learning the deck. I think that we did sideboard wrong. This should have been Needle, and we may have won that last match. Not that the Magus would have literally been Needle, because the shuffling would have been different, the randomization would have been different, but because we sideboarded multiple cards. But it's possible that that was what we found instead of Magus of the Moon, and Magus didn't do anything. And I did mean to side it out. I don't remember why I didn't remember to take it out. That's what a long day of class will do. You want to run Dragons, run Ojitai Minamo. Oh, Fury, we already built that, friend. Yeah. Ojitai plus Minamo is really cool. We did build that into the deck. Let me pull that deck up since we're talking about it. I called it Esper Scorn, right? This was like last week's brew. Hang on. Whoops, Espergorios. That deck's cool, though. Esper Scorn, here we go. Crib Swap is a dragon because it's a changeling. Nameless Inversion is also technically a dragon. We're running Dragon Lord, Ojitai, Dragon Lord, Salumgar. I think this deck's just way too slow now that Eldrazi has happened. Although we were trying Worship and I just gave up on it against Eldrazi. But it was still really fun before Eldrazi hit. There were like so many fun decks you could play in Modern until Eldrazi hit. Not that... That's my only complaint about the deck. I think the deck is powerful and it's neat. But it's just a shame that there's so many cool decks that we've built that now I have to shelve because they just can't match that particular archetype. And we've moved on to a lot of different other archetypes that can handle Eldrazi. But it's just a shame we don't get to play cool blue-blue counterspell decks like this anymore. Yeah. Was it only last week? It was either last week or last week. Fury prefers Jeskai. Yeah, we could rebrew it to be Jeskai. You don't get Nameless Inversion now, then you'd have to run more Crib Swap. You want to see Ascendancy tonight, Patches? Yeah, you could rebrew this and you could cut the black and run. The problem is your deck would be more consistent. You'd have to run more copies of Dragon Lord Ojitai. Fury, you'd have to run like more Dragon Lords, you'd have to run more, and I feel really bad because we had a very generous donation that got us this Dragon Lord Ojitai, so I'd like to jam this deck again maybe sometime. I don't know, maybe we'll buy more Worships and we'll run more Timelies and maybe it'll give it a better shot against Eldrazi. I think Blood Baron is powerful. Maybe some Blood Barons and some Battle Skulls could make that matchup more doable. Maybe we don't give up on this archetype. It runs a lot of paths. It runs like 7 Path to Exile. Maybe it's not as bad against Eldrazi as we think. Maybe we just need to main deck some more Wraths. This hand looks like fish, doesn't it? A little bit. Would I keep it? We're on the draw, maybe? If it draws second land. I mean, it's technically already playable, right? It's technically already playable. Good luck, have fun. Turn 1, Gitaxian Probe, Cabal Therapy, Aether Vial. Turn 1 Thoughtseize. That would beat this hand too. Nice. Turn 1 top. He may force this. Yeah, he's forcing. Okay. Force pitch counterbalance. He thinks we're fish, and this hand is rather fishy. It does have a Harbinger and a Curse Catch. Honestly, slamming Standstill is fine because we have Mutavault. I could just next turn slam Standstill. Counterbalance is good versus my hand? Not really. Do I want him to realize that we have splashes? Not really. I want him to think we're just fish with some fetches, which is not typical for fish. You don't have to necessarily run fetch. Counter this too. The thing is, because we have Mutavault, he technically has to consider countering the Standstill. I mean, he just pitched a counterbalance. That's one down. If he's playing Miracles, he pretty much has to force, right? Not necessarily, but yes, Aether Vial is scary. Nice. This gives us away, though. I can't imagine a fish list would ever want to run Riptide. Although, technically, Fish has Fish Wizards. Or Merfolk has Merfolk Wizards. I still can't imagine a Merfolk list that would want to run Riptide. Did we draw to a force? Nope. Okay. Unfortunately for us. Okay. We'll have to work with the higher part of our curve. Say go. Iris says budget fetches. No worries, Think. Next brew should be ninjas. That would be sweet. I mean, just make him think we're fish, just with a weird Riptide. I mean, what's a wizard that gets us out of this situation? Something that's 3 or 4 has a better chance of hitting the table. I don't know what I want to Ether Mage for just yet. Hang on. If we do Ether Mage, let me pull up the list. If we Ether Mage, what are we getting? Go for Vendilion Clique? I can't cast it. I can't cast it. Yeah, we can't cast, I don't have blue. There we go. Yeah, we don't have... Actually, I think right now we're only running 3 main deck force. Which, unfortunately, the last turn I wish I had the main deck 4th force. This version is a little different from what we're actually playing. Like, for example, there's no Kira. Negambo says hold standstill. Technically, a decent card in the matchup is... technically, besides Venser. I mean, Venser can break us out of the counterbalance, and then we can counter it when it comes back. Could. I mean, there's always Jace. That's a 4-drop they run. Master helps. Vendilion Clique's good as well in the matchup. Prodigy's interesting, but won't stick. 2s and 1s are just probably not going to stick, so it's 4s and 3s. They actually have fewer 3s than they have 4s. Depending on the version of Miracles. Master's not great though, true. Vendilion Clique, because they have Caracas, is harder to stick. Let's go with Master. Morph counts as a 3. Oh, try to sneak it onto the table as a morph. Yeah, that's clever. Morph it as a CMC3 and then flip it. Yeah. Doesn't even stop some of his X abilities, says Bucky. Overmatch says I don't know about standstill. I mean, it's unfortunate I had the force with either vial. Wish Baron Master Wizard was good enough. Oh, Baron. Exus Thesis runs some Stoneforge Mystic. We do have Stoneforges we could run. Yeah, I'm not opposed to Stoneforge. There's a totally different way you could play the deck. I don't have any True Name Nemesis, though. That would be a True Name Nemesis build. Would be a Stoneforge Mystic build. You're not the first person to say Trickster. There's also some matchups where it won't grow very much at all. Moon's interesting, but doesn't help us here. So go. I mean, I technically can attack with Mutavault and then Riptide to bounce it, but that doesn't do much. Yeah, Mother Runes might still be a really cool inclusion Fury. Because actually a lot of our wizards are human. We actually can name human on one of the caverns if we have to. Mother would make this matchup pretty... Mother can give Miracles a headache as well. Oh yeah, KuCast? There's a force.